Well, did you already do the intro?
No.
Oh.
Intro.
Did you do a cold open? A little Robert Evans. My Hitlers. All right.
A hot dog is a sandwich.
Is that what he says?
Who?
My Hitler? More so that one. Than
Robert Evans, yeah. He'll be like, what's up, my Stalins? All right. And then his producer's like, really, really wish you would stop doing that. We're actively losing sponsors, but, whatever.
Oh, I remember what happened. I took a screenshot of it because, I just wasn't going to remember. Because originally I was just going to play Tim into the microphone doing the intro. It's just because I'm too lazy. But
where is Tim?
Tim's on vacation, but
he's on the dude's trip.
But let's get into it. All right, welcome everybody to the Failing with Style podcast. I'm your only current host. Tim is out on dude's trip, which you heard. So it's an irreverent podcast where we talk about irreverent things. JK. Tim wrote this one, and it's really good, and I read it and practiced it a lot. We have off-the-cuff thoughts and reviews, and talk about the struggle of being in a group of lifelong friends, but attempting to maintain their friendship in the harsh reality of consistently pulling them apart while talking massive amounts of shit. David is my name, and I'm joined by
Tyler
and
Sammy.
Awesome. And how do you guys know each other?
We've never met.
Yeah, I never seen either of you.
We're
first
siblings.
time.
Siblings.
Pull that mic up, or you can tilt it up just a tiny bit so it's facing directly at your mouth.
Is this better?
No, not this. Not
this part. This part better. Sorry. Already failing, but that's okay. Here we are.
I'm waiting for it. You're not going to hurt anything. Just
brace
mic
it.
stand. Bang. Just.
Here we go. Well, it's another Thursday, and everything's going just perfectly according to plan. Don't worry, Tim, you're in good hands. Here we fucking go. Topics. We ran over some topics at work today, but I feel like it's all pretty cancelable.
I don't know. Bathroom etiquette. I reworded that one, but bathroom etiquette at work for sure is a thing.
That's a fine way of saying that.
Yes.
Of what was originally said.
I don't even remember what I wrote. It was
judging the diets of our coworkers, but that's in the bathroom.
Oof. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, like both offices. More so in the old one because it had that private bathroom. Somebody of the 60 of us would go in there every morning and take a shit, and it smelled like pure gasoline, and that was it. There's piss on the floor, piss on the seat, like just. Now my whole mindset is just like, do you do that at home? And then I started to think, I was like, yeah, probably.
I'm assuming you're nose blind at home. I mean, unless you're actually like gagging on your own, feces fumes or whatever they call them as a doctor, as an aspiring doctor.
I am. Thank you. It's not so much that. It's mostly I don't just have ferocious diarrhea every morning when I wake up.
Mine is
like enough to where it gets on the bottom of the seat. Like,
who's checking that, by the way?
Well, when people go and like kick the toilet seat up, because I don't know why there's already piss all over everything at that point. I know you don't.
Not me, dog.
I know.
So my thing is like it's more of a marvel of like modern technology. Well, modern, like that building was built in the 70s, and I'm curious where it's like I hear a fan, I hear a vent, but like where's it actually venting out to?
I think that just the 30th floor. It just maybe it's just one vent, like
just straight. Like, we're playing battleship with the
You
bathroom
know
on top
how like
of us.
Old Victorian houses were built with fireplaces.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same idea. So there's the fireplace at the very bottom that has the biggest fireplace. Filled with wood, heats up the whole house, but there's still fireplaces above that on each floor. Same idea with the bathroom vents.
Never thought of it like that.
And so the people shitting in the basement, we're getting basement shit smells.
Dude, it's absolute mayhem.
This is a theory that I have no evidence of, but...
So does stink rise naturally, or is the fan propelling it?
Well, yeah, because
both.
Methane's lighter than air, so...
Oh, okay.
That's...
Does it melt steel beams, though?
Hey, Jamie, fact check that.
Hey, Nate, pull that up real quick. By the way,
Nate,
you don't know this, but Nate is an NPC who we call on to look stuff up.
Got it.
In this podcast.
Yeah, but actually, well, yeah. I mean, other than that topic, the one I was thinking about.
Oh, nail first topic down. All right, moving on.
Well, I mean, continue if you want.
Any percent speed run podcast. Let's go.
We also talked about doing that too. So,
see, the problem is like we don't have like a your brother here to like fill all this dead air with whatever he's got to get off his chest. You know what I mean?
See, coming from someone who works for a corporate business, like you got to hit that grind, man. There's a lot of corporate business workers in Louisville.
They're
a lot that I know too.
Okay,
So, yeah.
What about the white collar people, you guys?
I will say
What about the white people, you guys?
Yikes!
don't work at the same office, but when I worked at Wild Eggs, talk about some life-changing shits that happened in that bathroom.
Like that you experienced or you produced, or what do you mean?
I was called after, if you will.
I don't understand.
I'm talking like
Mom, I'm done. kind of
shit on shit on the ceiling kind of situation where you're like, I'm not sure scientifically how this happened. We did have to call an ambulance for an old lady once.
Did you mention Cracker Barrel's bathroom though?
Oh God.
The horror in your eyes, David.
I know it was that moment where it's in like Interstellar. I'm like looking at myself on the other side of the bathroom, just like squealing no while I'm shitting on the ceiling of a Wild Eggs.
It was definitely rough. Sorry, Wild Eggs is not a sponsor, but should
guys,
be. Yeah.
Shout out Wild Eggs.
Yeah.
Like for real though, like use coupon code
egg.
Yeah.
Use coupon code cleaning the ceiling.
Shitty eggs. Woo.
I gotta work on this shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, but no, one
dead
thing,
air.
one thing I did want to talk to you all about, just because it popped up in my memories, and it is soup season. Doing back alley bowls again this year.
I saw your post.
If basically it'd be us three and then Alex.
What's Alex want to do?
Well, he has no say in it. It'd be me and you, and if Alex and Sammy want to help, they can.
Well, so question: would you want it? We're just going to have straight up business business dialogue on the
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
I want 30%.
Would you? So, no. You can't even vote. But would you want to still do it in the back alley, or is there any thought about doing it at the brewery?
I mean, kind of at this point, I don't want to deal with the hassle that I don't know. We've also talked before. It's like, I want a decision and I want it made. I don't want to wait for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then we have 2 days to do something. And then it's just like, okay, well, we have to do this first. And it's like, I just don't want to do
that. Sure.
I think announcing earlier gives us more prep time to actually like knock the kinks out and stuff that we had last year. Sure.
It's October 17th. We usually do it like
I think we either do it the week before. We did the week before Thanksgiving.
Okay,
pretty sure.
I think it was the week of my birthday. So yeah.
If I only knew what that was, we'll never know what that is.
Yeah.
Up until Facebook tells me, and I can't.
But I also kind of like the idea, just like doing it in the garage stuff, especially since I have those 2 tents now. I can extend out into the alley, so like the garage itself can be more of like, we can spread out to cook and build and do shit like that. We don't have children and everybody running around us right there. We can kind of push the tables out,
right?
Especially since my neighbor Dave is cool. The guy behind me that like smokes cigars that looks like a Russian agent from the 70s is cool as hell, and the other people next to us are meth heads. So I don't really give a shit about them.
So cool as well.
Well, that guy caused the wreck on the bridge with the semi.
Oh.
You didn't know? I didn't tell you that? Yeah. No. That little black truck that like swerves in front. Yeah. That was him.
Hell yeah.
Hilarious. But yeah, I mean.
Guys, shout out 8664, that movement. What happened to that? Moving on.
Our sponsor, Raytheon. But no.
I'm pulling up like ancient history political movements in Louisville, Kentucky.
Rumsfeld! But the only way I want to do it is if, of course, number one, if you would want to do it again. If you want to do it again, I'm down.
Duh.
And then if you want to help and Alex wants to help, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
and realistically, it would be volunteer work just to hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
Like, because David and I would, of course, we'd front the money for everything and all that. And like, now if you run delivery, like if, Lindy Lou is like, hey, Chico owns Mama Tried, tattoo artist.
Got it.
But she always orders. And it's usually like anywhere from $100 to $200. And then she tips like $50. I'd be like, hey, just, if you take that, just keep the tip money. But it's all, like, and now if you want to invest in it, Like, as in, like, you want to throw your money in, you make your money back. And
Are
then
we doing a Shark Tank deal? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. You
Looking
tell
for
us. Go ahead.
All right, pitch it to me. Let's hear it.
No, you're pitching us. Whether or not
You're
you want
a
to get in on
fucking
this.
piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Hell yeah.
I bring nothing to the table. I'm good with numbers.
Except she's grittying right now. She's witty.
What are we hitting a goodie?
So as much as I'm kind of back and forth on this thought, because as much as I want the infrastructure that is it's easiest to prep all that food at, industrial sized kitchen like a Rye. There's like a little like hokey part of me that wants to keep it like a Jeffersonville local thing.
Well, see,
you know what I mean? Like
I'm down to still do it at a Rye, like prep at a Rye. Of course, if they'll let us.
Sure.
If not, I'll hit Sam up and we'll just do it out of the food truck or some shit. I mean, realistically, we could put it on the burner and just let it go in the garage or outside.
Between that,
it's not going to hurt anything.
My big burner and it actually might even be faster on that burner too. But like, we were pressure cooking it because I have those two taller ones, and like as long as we have enough, it's Amelia shuffling through the
shooting fireworks,
the fridge, or she's threatening us right now. Get out! I could see it go either way.
I just kind of I like that. Almost like sitting in the cold, like cooking noodles. Like
I feel like it's fitting for back alley bowls.
Well, yeah,
in a
back
alley,
Yeah,
and but that Kitschy Jeffersonville neighborhood thing that even we have going on, we might not hang out with everyone in the neighborhood, but for some reason everyone shows up to everyone's events. Like, like if it's Niall's birthday or if it's Sam making burgers or something like that, it's
right.
like. We all don't hang out, but everyone is just like, "Oh, what's up? This is super cool." Yeah. I like that kind of like neighborhood feeling.
You should move down here at some point.
God, I wish.
You should.
I miss it dearly. That's for sure.
How's New Albany?
It's exactly how it was 15 years ago.
More shootings at Harvest than normal.
Yes.
What's up with that?
I mean, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Are we getting into gun laws and stuff?
Let's get Jeff Gahan. Get in here. Get in here. We got the mayor of New Albany with us.
Nate, look up gun violence in New Albany of the past 20 years.
Yeah, it just sucks. But
also, a kid shot himself in the leg at Atherton today, high school.
What?
Yeah, in the parking lot. That happened.
As you do.
Yeah, I mean, who hasn't shot themselves in the leg?
At Atherton.
At Atherton.
Okay. Yeah.
There was that YouTube video years ago. The cowboy looking dude on the range trying to like quick draw. He shoots him he pulls his gun, shoots himself in the leg. He's like, I just fucking shot myself. Like,
such a bummer.
I
mean, probably looks pretty cool though.
I mean, most someone have a loaded gun. I'm not pointing it at my leg.
You're not doing trick shots.
Well, I'm soft. I'm not Sigma.
Thank you.
No problem. Only alphas and sigmas do that.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Sigma Alpha Diffie Dave podcast, where it do be hitting Diffie. So we do a ramen noodle event once a year. We do this totally in reverse. We just talk about it, then we give context to it.
This will be year 3, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Third year in a row.
Last year was significantly bigger though.
Oh yeah, last year was much bigger. That's all. I mean, that's the garage. Well, the year before that, I think it was. Well, we didn't even really plan. It was like day of. It was like, hey, if you want to buy it, here it is. Come get it.
Where did we fuck up last time?
Last year?
Mm-hmm.
I think just set up. It was like Whitney's idea of like making the menu and things like that and ordering online I thought was genius.
Prepay. That would be
I mean, that's
way easier.
Well, that's what a lot of it. If you prepaid with Venmo, if you didn't have cash, I mean, you can't prepay with cash, but
you can't.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We don't do ramen layaway, but oh my god, we should.
No.
But no, I just think
noodles.
Noodles number one.
We had to go back and make a big I went back.
Noodles, portioning it out,
noodles.
doing it how we used to do it, as in we were to go shit. We pre-cook them, cool them, throw them in a separate container. And then you can just hold them like that. Just put a little bit of oil in there so they don't stick. But I mean, realistically, you pour hot broth on it and just call it a day. It's fine. But that's
for the non.
We also didn't our portions were horrendously off when it came to noodles.
For those on the audio only, Tyler made a whisking gesture as to say to bring the noodles back to life. Anyway,
Other than that, I don't think we ran out of anything.
we were getting a little I think we were getting a little close on broth last time.
Yeah, but we were also giving people a quart of broth, which, I mean,
Doesn't hurt my feelings. I mean,
no, but I mean, the idea was to, half of that. Do 16 ounces of broth. Because there's so much other shit that goes in it.
Oh, I remember fucking like our first
eggs too.
First dry run of eggs. Eggs are such a fucking nightmare, dude. Every time. Or let me rephrase that. We probably try to do too many at the same time. Because I think we did my basket that I just drop into that, 12 quart.
Well, we were also there all fucking day.
Yeah.
And that was the last thing. I was like, I don't know, we'll try it. And then once I started to do it, once I started peeling them, I was like, oh, these are beyond fucked. Like, these are not savable in the slightest. They were so underdone that it was just, you couldn't peel anything.
Right.
And yeah, because I think I stayed up till 3 a.m. just cooking and peeling eggs, basically.
Very cool.
No, it's terrible. Yeah, it was bad. No, I mean, it wasn't that bad. But I mean, I was still just like, I'm sleepy. I don't want to do that. Nobody gets eggs. Like,
you guys just got back from vacation?
Yeah, we did. We saved our brother from drowning.
Yeah. Team Riptide over here.
Team Riptide, reporting to duty.
What was the tattoo? You can't rip us or something stupid like that.
I don't remember.
Unrippable.
I'll rip this tide.
Yeah.
Besides beans being cut with Miracle Whip for sweetness.
Holy shit.
Also, an ungodly amount
you can
of
add sugar.
cinnamon, I think was really the kicker for it.
Like you could have handled that amount or more Miracle Whip, but it was the amount of cinnamon that really pushed it over the edge.
No, I think
I didn't try them, so I don't know.
They were bad.
I mean, I'm not a baked bean guy, but it's like
they were honey baked beans to begin with, and then
so you hold on. They were honey baked beans, so you had Miracle Whip to sweeten them.
Also, I want to add that we did have Dukes on hand, and why you're putting Miracle Whip or mayonnaise in general in baked beans,
and no matter what, everything you just said is wrong.
Yeah, no, I know.
But we had Dukes on hand. Doesn't make it better.
No. I'm just saying if you're gonna opt into some mayo-like substance, which is wrong, in your baked beans.
Well, we did look up that one time that Miracle Whip is spicier than mayo.
People, yeah, 9 out of 10 doctors agree. That part wasn't.
Bring him in, Nate. Fact check that for me.
Yeah, look that up real quick, Nate.
The idea of trying to sweeten something
that was already
with fat
sweet
doesn't make sense. Like,
Jesus,
it's fucking bananas, dude.
We did feed a crab a hot dog, and I do believe it led to that crab's immediate death. So that was pretty.
Did you follow the crab, or how did you put that together?
I dropped a hot dog by a crab hole, and then there was a dead crab by that same hole, and no hot dog.
Ipso facto.
Yeah, next morning.
Butterfly effect.
Yes, yeah. And then Harry smashed it with an oyster shell. Yeah.
The crab?
Yeah.
Oh.
Keep it weird.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think that crab ate that whole hot dog. I'll be honest. It's probably a bird.
No way. Birds aren't real, dude.
I didn't see any birds on the trip.
Yeah.
You didn't see any birds on the trip?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I forgot you were in my trunk.
Well,
Kai, what are you doing? Speed it up. I'm sweating.
Let's go. I got to get this hot dog game on right now.
Yeah, so that was
like the first time in ever on this pod where we haven't gone into a deep discussion about video games all of a sudden, which is, I'll take it actually, for the first time ever.
Lead the way.
That we have. No, that we haven't.
Gotcha.
That we haven't. No. That wasn't me going look, now it's time for our video game talk.
Well,
did you guys see Red Dead 6 or whatever?
It's either video game talk or it's Alex going into a diatribe about small breweries in Louisville.
Rude. Actually, that was...
Well, let's talk about small pottery. No,
my first rip of ideas.
I'm just saying.
Let me go to our group chat is called Squirt Patrol on my phone.
Of course it is.
I remember. Yeah. Okay, so the original topic was, and this was Tyler's, Tyler says Ralph Fiennes, who played Voldemort, is a much better actor than Daniel Day-Lewis.
I never said that.
You're gonna have to defend that here in a minute. So Ralph Fiennes, who played Voldemort, is better than Daniel Day-Lewis. Just think about that.
Where's my phone?
The other one was beer culture is only held together because beer people couldn't figure out how to sell good food. Was the other one, and the last one was vacationing in Florida makes you a Republican apologist.
All right, so let's look this up real quick.
Where to start?
You get vacation. I'll take food and beer people. Or we can talk about it together. So Tyler the other day was talking about, and this was a fan letter that somebody wrote into us saying Tyler has some pretty wicked opinions on Ralph Fiennes, who plays Voldemort. And I'm pretty sure that he thinks that he's better than Daniel Day-Lewis because they're both method actors. Ralph Fiennes shot many children.
You fat fuck! Oh, you. I thought it was someone else that did it.
No, he's a legitimately good actor.
No, not that dumb shit. The topic is yours. I thought it was someone else's. But I was like, I don't know who Ralph Fiennes is. I was like, the dude in Schindler's List.
I keep saying it though. The guy who played Voldemort.
I mean, that doesn't help me. I know Voldemort, but at the same time, there's so much makeup on the dude that like.
That laugh that he does when Harry Potter dies. that's
accurate, right?
Yeah.
But no, that dude is fantastic. Red Dragon, Schindler's List.
Haven't heard a Daniel Day-Lewis movie yet.
He's one in Tears of the Sun.
That's a Bruce Willis movie.
Is that Bruce?
I don't fucking know.
I think that is.
I'll say anything at this point.
Now I'm on the spot. I mean,
it's
Gangs New. Well, there Will Be Blood is a fantastic movie. I think it's a fantastic movie.
I'll take
Eli.
I never saw it.
Eli, I'm greedy.
I never saw
Milkshakes.
It was just something about bowling is all that I got from that film. What about Sammy? What do you think about that? Ray Fiennes, Voldemort, better than Daniel Day-Lewis. Do you agree with your brother?
Woof. I think I'm gonna have to disagree.
All right.
Just
We'll back it up. You know what? I'll take this. This was my idea. All right.
I got virtually nothing to back it up other than
Last Mohicans.
Never heard
Can
of it.
either of you name any Daniel Day-Lewis roles? Actually,
Gangs of New York is
Abe
the
Lincoln.
only one. Yeah.
Is he Lincoln? I haven't seen it.
Don't care.
You don't know, do you?
He was Lincoln.
Yeah,
I
is he
just
Lincoln?
looked
Okay.
it up, yeah.
We'll never know.
I do know Voldemort though.
I'll say this: Daniel Day-Lewis is fine. He's a great actor. He's no Gary Oldman. And then here's another one that super underrated. He's no Sam Rockwell.
Okay.
Sam Rockwell is the fucking shit, and I will back that up forever.
Just because he played Spider-Man one time and you don't know that he didn't because he's also method. So ipso facto.
I named 3 people. Which one?
You've never seen them in Spider-Man in the same room?
You haven't seen the Gary Oldman Spider-Man film?
No. Sam Rockwell played Spider-Man.
When?
He was uncredited at that time because he was so method.
Gotcha.
I think it was Tobey Maguire's when he went under
Spider-Man. Yeah. They're like, he's just too. He's so good.
I imagine Tim listening to this part going like, no way, shut up, or just disagreeing wholeheartedly or whatever.
Full meltdown.
Just like he's like piece of American cheese number 6 that he's folding up into triangles, or it's just squares and eating. But I'm happy that no matter what I assert, it's just right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So because I would have thought that there would have been just a flood of emotion and evidence as to why Daniel Day-Lewis is better than Ralph Fiennes. That
was my question.
What was that?
That was my question. That was why. Yeah. So you should be crying. That question is just insane.
But so I fed this one to you just as a an easy, as like a little pick me up, just a little easy one, because the next one is you could pick anywhere to.
I need to look at these. I really should.
Because I'm just gonna hit you with them.
Yeah.
But so beer people, what are they? They didn't know how to make a burger. They got to make beer. It's like trying to figure out a person. What? You gonna be okay?
That just hit me hard. It's funny. Oh my god, I don't know what else to do with my life. Just to pour shit in a bucket and boil it. I don't know.
It's the only way.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like
It all goes back to soup, man.
I can't.
Hey,
like,
it's beer soup.
I can't make a pizza. I can't cook a burger. I don't know how to burrito. I can barely do fucking ruined oatmeal and water, and now I have beer. That's what beer people are. Like, shout out.
Beer's just steel cut oatmeal that you go to on, right?
Morning oats. Okay.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
It's overnight oats that you cooked then.
For a while. It's overnight oats that you cook for a hot minute. Like,
And then you let it, chill for.
It sucks that no one's here to like tell us another opinion, like in this space, who might be a subject matter expert, like in this. So
Tim.
Tim or
Me.
Sammy is here, which is good.
That's true.
I'm happy she could be the way and the life and the truth and whatnot. But
Nate, look that up. Is brewing cool?
yeah, it's not. All right, cool. So anyway, right on that one too. Sammy was texting me the other day, and she said, it sucks that we vacation in Florida because I feel like a Republican apologist because of that, because it's like the worst state politically I could be in, but my family just, I have to bow down to their wishes and whatnot. So who you voting for, Sammy?
I would like to start this by saying I'm not in the group message. So let's just get that clear.
Sammy's at a great disadvantage here at the...
Yeah, just really
Roll
blindsided.
insight. Roll
No,
insight.
we're doing good. Yeah.
You got some dye on you?
Yeah, they're under my headphones right there, but don't try it.
I know where the dice are. Don't you fret.
What?
Nice.
Right in the mic.
Yeah, so Florida is arguably one of the worst states politically. I will say this time we went down, it was significantly less Trump forward than in 2016.
Really?
Yes.
Like there weren't like boats with the flags on them and stuff?
No, and I only passed one like roadside merch stand. Last time there were like 6 to 10. So
You're talking about the one coming out of the state park?
Yeah.
That compound? That was
Yeah.
just someone's house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just kidding, guys. That was someone's house.
Yeah.
Nate, can you fact check that?
It's like, so coming out of Apalachicola National Park, like, it's like the shortest way.
This is free promo for these people.
Apalachicola.
No one's heard of it. Anyway, so driving, no one's heard of the state park. Not even the state. Anyway, but driving through, that's like right before you hit the sound. It's this old house with probably 20 Trump flags.
Enough that I didn't know it was a house.
They're on the fence. They're on the house. They're on the porch. Like, and not like kind of like hung up at like how you see it, like
wallpaper style.
I didn't know. I was talking. They were like flying flags.
Oh, I'm talking about the one that had them like, I guess like nailed to
we're
the
talking
building.
about 2 different houses.
Okay. Well,
there's
turns out there were 2.
Because the one I'm talking about, they had every flag was like on a flagpole.
Well, yeah, I can't touch
There
the
were
ground.
probably 20 or 30 of them throughout the whole property.
That's almost too many.
Well, no,
Almost too
no.
many. I have
What if someone
I have a
comes from-
Louisville City flag, and I'm like, yikes.
I mean, what if someone comes from a different angle and they can't get the whole flag? You have to have
True.
You know what?
plenty.
That's true.
That's design that I didn't even really think about. Lightning round. Because you missed this one last time, or you weren't here ever. First time guest. I don't know why I said it like that, but
Invited myself.
First time guest, never coming back.
first time call, a long time listener, never calling back. So Sammy, when has ham ever been good? Like, and let me give you a little bit of rundown here. So, were you here for the ham convo too?
Yes. So
Okay.
on that, I'm going to take a break.
Lovely. So when has ham been like S tier? Like, I got to get more of that ham.
Well, I will tragically say I am not a fan of pork. Bum, bum, bum. So, in my book, ham is virtually never okay.
There it is.
It's a tragic, monstrous meat. Pork in general is not my thing. I know I will forever get a lot of hate for not being a bacon fan, but
No, I'm not too weirded out by that. Your other older brother had an anecdote about he did talk about the time that ham was really good, but step one to this ham was forget about it in a basement for 12 years.
honey bake.
It was a country. It was like it was something like that, but it turned into country ham, but then turned into like a mummy of whatever, preserved ham.
Freezer aged.
So I mean,
everyone's favorite meat.
I mean, pretty much it was like step one to good ham, forget about it for like 2 presidential cycles straight up, and then it might be okay. Question 2. So, do you think any washing machine, front load, top loader, you put all your clothes in it, you put some detergent in it, you're ready to run it. You can qualify this afterwards if you have questions. Do you think you could take a shit in it and turn it on to wash your clothes and your clothes come out clean?
Oh, that's a good one. I think logistically a front load would be the hardest.
Tyler said this. I don't mean to step on you there. Tyler said the exact same thing. He said he started this conversation off with, "Dog, you have a front loader."
Yeah. I think just trying to get that angle right, that you can actually get it into the machine itself, would be probably your biggest issue. There might be some Maytags out there, not a sponsor of the podcast.
Hey, shout out Maytag.
That, can get the job done. I don't know. They have some crazy cycles on those things these days.
And it was just funny you go off of that angle, because my statement was, my feet are on the ground, yours are not. His are dangling like, he's like a little kid at the doctor kind of thing, but I'm in this more comfortable position where I can just wedge my ass in the washing machine.
Okay. Yeah, but then you take the risk of, trying to get unwedged,
Oh, that's no problem. You just fall forward a little bit.
Okay, and just hope the poop is...
Well, I mean, it's not like a string. It comes out and
that's fair.
It exits my hole and lands on my clean clothes.
All right, we're gonna
on my dirty clothes.
We're gonna take a break and try this real quick. And
hold up, I'm working up one right now.
Hey, start the washer.
Yeah,
but that's the evergreen. Every guest has to go through that.
No, but I think a top loader obviously is the option. I mean, it's closest to our natural.
The only reason he's not going top loader because he doesn't have a top loader.
I don't have a top loader. I don't have the space.
He's got those
for
nice stackable.
No one's judging you for not having the space for not having a top loader.
It's okay. It feels like this psyop against front loaders. And you're trying to get me to get a different house, get a different wife, kill my dog, and don't shit in my washing machine. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, that's right.
Your questions really put me through therapy. David, it was your question.
Actually, so far,
just trying to purposely hurt my feelings.
That is what's funny about this podcast thing is, as far as ideas, most of them just generate around how close can I get to pissing everybody off.
I'm well aware.
That's pretty much
all. Is that not your way of life in general?
I don't disagree with you, but naturally you just vacation in Florida. None of you guys are Republicans. Beer culture, rafflecopter.
You see how we bounce those off so quick, though.
You guys are black belt in David speak.
We've had a little bit of experience.
A little bit, yeah. He's so funny. I'm like, he's just a racist fatty, right?
Yeah. We've only known each other for what, 30 almost years. Well, maybe
I was 2, so 30 years.
It's a long time, dog. It's a long time.
31.
So while he's out of the room, I'm just curious, and this is I'm dead serious. Ding ding, David serious bell or whatever. Am I kissable or no?
No.
All right, moving. All right, so next one.
Wait, who's out of the room?
Buddy the dog.
He can't hear this.
So
he doesn't look at me like he used to.
Do you guys watch Alex's videos at all?
Yeah.
I haven't caught them all, but
sure.
Most of them, yeah.
Do you feel like his style has I know that it was pretty Casey Neistat in the beginning. There might be a little touches of that, but I don't feel like I see it as much.
I love the pizza reviews. I think the pizza reviews are done seriously, in all seriousness, very, very well. Just throwing in the beginning, there's the one with Breaking Bad to where Walt's throwing the pizza on top, and there's one with the Ninja Turtles, and it's I think those are done very, very well. And I also like that he's not reviewing the pizza; he's reading pizza reviews for a pizza that people ate.
Yeah, or they might like them, but I don't actually know who these people are. But I mean, I'm happy.
They buy a pizza and bring it to a rye, and he just gives it out.
Oh,
and people write reviews.
I wondered. There's
a solid group that I think comes every Tuesday.
I guess I never asked.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure when they come, but yeah, that's all those little notes Alex is pulling out are other people's reviews, and that's why I like that pizza review, because Alex is not sitting reviewing, nothing against him, but he's not sitting reviewing pizza. He's reading other people's reviews, and I think those videos are done very well.
I like this most recent one yesterday, I think. Hold on one second.
I'm sweating.
Yesterday, and maybe it was maybe because I haven't seen my friend in a while, or like you guys or whatever or something, but like I was really like pleasantly surprised with like the tonality and the pacing of it. It was really, really good.
I will say his pacing and editing has
it's gone
just
substantially better.
So much better, so fast.
Now I'm a little audio cuck. That's I just like it a lot.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only singular thing is, depending on like the atmosphere that he's in, sometimes it's really, really hard to hear him. And I try to watch it on the big screen downstairs.
With that being said, though, I think he has a couple, not many, but there's a couple videos of him literally holding a microphone, like walking around talking while it's still a still shot. That I love that. Like, I really, really like that. Like,
yeah, I definitely.
Because I'm not a big Casey Neistat fan. No, the dude's fine. Like his shit is cinematically really, really cool, but it's just, if I'm on YouTube, it's not my go-to. I want like dickweed and fart jokes, like type of thing. Like, I mean, just, I'm like watching Moist Critical and Wubby and shit like that. Like, because my stupid brain can't handle something that, I might have to process as an actual
You're not
thought.
like always looking up the Chinese Uyghurs or whatever that situation.
Yeah, correct. A lot of Dobre bros, I'm just,
I was curious about that just because I saw his most recent one, and it really struck me. I was like, man, this is actually, I'm like, whatever you're doing right now, like do that and grow from here. It's always been growth or like you got to start somewhere. Like, I don't care if you hook on the back of, I'm a writer and I sound like Michael Crichton or Keith Olbermann whenever I'm writing or talking or whatever, but you got to start somewhere, and then it turns into your own thing.
His ramen video, I mean, I'm a little biased with it, but like, seriously, I still really, really like it. I like how it's shot, where it go like just literally all the different angles. Like, there's one of Sammy in a fisheye lens, just like, mouth open type of thing. Like, I think it's done very well. It's paced very well. Like, I don't know. He picked the right music for it, and I don't know. I like it a lot.
He stressed over that one for about a year.
You told me,
for a straight up year. So
it did turn out really good, though.
It did.
Yeah.
It really, really did. I'm also happy with, not like there's anything wrong with shooting at the Alcove. Shout out to Alcove. But
not a sponsor of the pod.
Not soon to be enough. But the beer store does, I actually like, there's tons of cool angles. There's tons of cool shots. There's tons of cool, like, just, I don't know, background presentations that you can sit there and present with.
And well, that's the thing too. Like, and I mean, please agree or disagree. There's nothing wrong with shooting at the Alcove, but if you have 6-7 videos in a row, that's literally just like, okay, it's like all of us just drinking at Alcove and like just random people at Alcove. It's like
usually same random people.
Well, but the thing is, like, if especially if you're trying to do, if you were trying to make videos and you're trying to get like, eyes on them, doing that same repetitive thing. It could be anywhere. It's not that it's Alcove. It's that, I mean, you could do it at a Rye. You could do it at the Thorntons on Court Avenue. It's the same thing over and over and over and over. And after 2 of them, you're like, okay, I'm bored. Like,
yeah, I get that. Recently sorry to talk about your brother. I know he's not here, but no Skittles?
No Skittles for me,
No
dog.
Skitties?
I'm good.
Taste the skit. I don't know.
Skittles, taste the scatty.
Are you going to do the other chili cook-off at work?
I wanted to talk to you about that.
This is, as someone who is not at this company, this is one of my favorite stories of how pissed everyone was.
No, just me.
Okay.
Like in the here and now,
he was the most pissed.
I was the most pissed, but in general, it seemed as though
3 ex-chefs turned finance bro enter in a chili cook-off.
that part,
surprise, surprise.
Brian was actually 4th.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I told him about that. I was like, wow, you were right behind me. So we high-fived and hugged for a little bit. But this is like a building wide one, and it's
That's what I wanted to
for.
talk to you about it.
All right, what do you mean? Just
Team up. Just, like.
I do mine, you do yours, and we mix them together.
I mean, that's fine.
Thai beef, chicken, chili.
What's the Thai part?
Yours or whatever, or Korean or something stupid, or
I just added bok choy. That's all I did. And like some chili paste.
guys, bok choy is cabbage and doesn't belong in chili. Therefore, he disqualified himself. So, the only person who made chili, I don't mean to rehash this from episode 1, but
I'm waiting. No, I'm just waiting.
well, so like
What's your trophy say?
so
Oh, wait a minute.
it's in the mail. They said it's in the yeah. They said
Like, the other two guys are fat and retarded. All right.
they just. It's not that. It's just that in a chili, in the chili off.
We looked up the definition of chili.
Tim looked and he can't read, and
You
we
want me to
know
look it
that.
up real quick?
No,
Why don't you look it up real quick?
my phone did.
Nate, look that up real quick. Actually, we have a new guest. Will you look up the definition of chili for me, just real fast?
You really don't have to.
You should.
Oh
though.
no, I can absolutely do that for you.
I can't remember what it says. It says something like food with food, and I'm dumb.
It
so.
said
A
that
small, hot-tasting pot of a variety of different chopped and dried vegetables in a sauce, relish, spice, and powders. That feels wrong.
I agree. So, as we hear AI and the singularity are here, and they're we're getting DDoSed right now as we speak. So none of the internet's working because this is all just hardwired in. So we can just podcast forever. But chili wise, I mean, I was just gonna do what I did last time. And then bring home the dub.
I was going to say we put our smart brains together.
Okay.
Make a super chili.
Hear me out. Make ramen.
Wait, hold on. Did we win
Change
anything?
the game.
I didn't look up the rules. If we don't win anything, I'm not doing it.
I'll check the rules tomorrow.
Like, I'm
If-
not
if
like
so-
bragging rights for PNC building. Like,
Yeah.
I could give a shit less. Like,
Speaking of PNC building, did you hear that the foundation is crumbling?
that's word of mouth from Keith.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I guess we'll find out. 'Cause,
every man named Keith is
Also,
Right.
Dad's
So-
wrong. He's talking about the Humana building.
nice.
That's why the Humana building's vacant.
I will say in general, just as to be ourselves, and we didn't cover this before. We talk in generalities about work, but I try not to hard drop
Got
a
it.
bunch of info on it. Just blah blah blah.
We don't mention the name of the place you work or like names of coworkers and things like that. Even though David
I said Brian.
Got it.
But-
got it.
Brian's a
He's probably the only
pseudonym.
listener of
Yeah.
this podcast.
He asks about it sometimes. Brian, if you made it this far, you're bigger than expected. So there's
Like
that.
taller and wider.
Yeah, this motherfucker's head is big, son. But he knows it. But he knows he's Catholic. So the moment he said
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude.
he said he's Irish Catholic, and I was like,
he's a booze hound.
all I said was just like I was like fucking pool tabs and fucking fish fries, and he was on the floor. He was like, oh, and the fucking cakewalk is in the other room and bingo, and I was like, yeah, dude, calm down. No, but he's great.
Yeah, he actually is super cool.
Yeah,
Shout out Brian.
Brian, good boy, best boy.
I want to go to a Catholic picnic now. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Do those exist anymore?
Next time we're reviewing Catholic picnics, guys. So, what would we even do there?
Vatican is the best one.
I wonder if they do. They can't.
I don't think they do. I don't
With
think
God, all things are possible.
I didn't think.
shotguns, hookers, no gambling. All right,
Take
like,
God into the situation with church. All right. Well, but yeah. So chili. I'll look up the rules tomorrow. We'll see if we want to do it or not. Like whatever. Not like I want to really go. We can go hard on it if we need to.
no, we don't need to. We didn't go hard on either of ours.
No.
We came in second and third. Oh,
I one potted mine. I just one potted the whole
Same.
thing. just to see what would happen.
you think the people in PNC building are going to beat us? The people the CPAs and the people that work for the bank reserve?
Maybe.
They're
I don't
not.
know.
All right, question though.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Do noodles belong in chili?
No.
No.
Moving on. Well, I mean, in our small window of who we saw, put noodles in chili. I think there might have been. I know there was one. There might have been two.
I think there was one, and Bailey argued to death with me about that.
That it should be
That
part
he
of.
was like Cincinnati chili. I mean, doesn't usually have noodles. I'm like, no, Cincinnati chili is literally known for having noodles.
Yeah, and like
it's literally sketty.
And a hint of cinnamon. People make it seem like they put like they totally just. Don't get me wrong. I don't like cinnamon in my chili. No, I like it to be.
I don't either.
Spice forward, and I'm not going to verbally describe chili to you.
The idea of chili is I eat one bowl and I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need to eat 4 bowls up to be like, oh, I'm kind of full.
Exactly.
Like I eat one and I'm like, man, my heart hurts.
And that's how you know you did
good.
it right.
It's good. It's solid.
Interesting.
Speaking of only eating one bowl and being good, do you want to talk about your
vacation
soup?
Yeah, I made soup on vacation, and no one ate it. And
that's not true.
You had a bowl.
I had 2.
I'm sorry, 2.
Which is, I would say, a reasonable amount of soup.
I had 7 bowls in less than 12 hours.
What kind of soup was that? What'd you do?
It was just a seafood soup that I made. Just I had made a boil and I oversalted it, so I took it, turned it all into a stew. And basically, Alex one day he was like, "I want to make sushi." I was like, "Do you know how to make sushi?" He's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Okay." So he made like two or 3 pieces, I guess, of
not enough for anyone.
He made a sheet tray of rice to go with like
maybe half a fillet of fish.
No, I mean it was a full fillet, but point being though, it wasn't enough
for 10
a sheet
people.
Tray of rice. Like, so I just took that rice and mixed it in, and then just like it's basically seafood broth with some seafood in it, and then rice. And
moral of the story is we were concerned about how much soup Tyler was ingesting.
Tyler, please put the soup. You got to go to bed, man. Like it's too much soup.
The toilet was rough.
About 12:30, and I need another bowl of soup.
It went 12:30. I never stayed up until 12:30.
It was pretty late.
It was like 9.
I just generally don't equate. This is a me thing. I guess at the end of the day, I'm not as much of a seafood fan as you guys or your family or whatever. It's like
It was mostly broth. It was mostly broth
and potatoes.
Like,
I mean, the closest thing to a seafood soup, stew, etc.
Gumbo, something like that.
Okay, fine. Actually, I will take that because I was going to say something way more ridiculous, which was going to be shrimp and grits. Is as close as I would get, but like, yes, gumbo, jambalaya, shit like that, totally fine. I don't opt instantly for the chicken. I will get, but even that is like, I feel like any kind of seafood that runs a little bit too long in broth gets weird or grainy or shitty or whatever. It goes too far. It sits around too long. It's hard to reheat it because now it smells. And
that's the things like if you use like really flaky fish, like whitefish, cod, grouper, snapper, or things like that, like it basically disintegrates in the soup. So I don't really get that like feel to it. And I think I threw some oysters and stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then shrimp. It was mostly realistically. It was shellfish with like
potato soup with shrimp.
Yeah.
It was
potato soup with shellfish and like 2 fillets of a very delicate fish.
Interesting.
Like I would never take like salmon and be like, we should make soup.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it was also we only had it for 3 days, 2.5 days, something like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Like it
wasn't long.
Yeah, it wasn't like I made it the first day and then like.
It was like we have seafood. We're leaving in 36 hours.
Basically, it was just realistically, it was my mindset of we have all this extra food. I'm gonna put it in one pot, eat on it, so I don't have to like clean multiple things at the end of the week.
Yeah, good point. How was the house though?
The house is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the minute we walked in, of course, he was like, he goes into the kitchen. I don't think you saw it, but he's looking at the counter and there's a crack. He's like, I don't like this. I was like, but does it bother? Why does it bother you? And he was like, because it's cracked. I'm like, and
like they're gonna charge you for it? Did you take photos?
No, not like that. Just
no,
like,
this was like cracked during install kind of style.
Dude,
It's a rental house.
The thing is, Dad doesn't understand that like a lot of those huge houses on the coast of Florida are built to rent out. Like it's not like David Williamson. You built a fucking 9-bedroom house, and you're like, I don't feel like living here anymore. And you just like move. Like,
back to Minnesota I go.
Like these houses are built to rent out to families and groups of people and things like that. So they're not really taken care of. They're cleaned for sure.
Mm.
But, it's, I
They
think
did
Dad
have,
paid
like-
10 grand for the
Yeah.
week for the house, which is not bad in the slightest. It's literally on the beach, Like you walk out the back door.
It was like
on
a
the first floor.
4-story house.
Yeah, it was a 4-story house. It slept 17, 18 people.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, it was like the little things to where it was like,
I guess kids and stuff like that too. So like everybody.
well,
has, their own
like
space.
the boys' bedroom it slept technically 6.
Woof.
And
I mean, that would be
and
that would be packed in.
there were 3 bunk beds in there.
Okay, heard.
And
Well, there
that
were
room,
2 with the
2 with the pull out in there.
the trundle
Okay, yeah,
situation. But I don't know if you could honestly have all of them utilized
No,
at the
fuck,
same time.
Fuck no, not in the slide. I mean, like that's more for like we have a group of college kids,
Yeah.
like spring breaking or something like that.
Every
and then
couch is a pull out kind of situation.
Every couch is a pull out. Niall had his own room that was a queen size bed.
My room was
Sammy had a
dope.
king size bed.
Yeah. And a
Whitney and
bathroom.
I, Alex Claire had a king size bed.
My bathroom had a private balcony off of it. That was sick.
Is this the first time you ever slept in a king size before?
I have.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
My bed.
It was
Not that not in a weird way.
I was house sitting.
Guys, shout out to
House
Game of
sitting.
Thrones. I was just curious because like the first time, whenever we moved up from a queen to a king, it's
It's
like
a game changer.
I could flail my arms around
Yeah.
like I just thrash around in bed.
And I was the
like-
only one not sharing a bed other than the kids. So having a king size bed, it was great.
That is a good one. Recently, I was talking to you. I didn't get into my feelings because that's stupid.
You can. It's okay.
But I mean, so and Tyler, I'm gesturing towards Tyler. So Tyler, work has been really weird for me recently, and everything's going okay or whatever. But it's totally shifted my paradigm and messed up my schedule because sometimes I'll get off early or there's not as much in the here and now this big checklist of items that I can personally assist with to get this thing down the road. So I've just had I don't know what came over me. It was on Monday, I was just feeling I've just felt down in the dumps and really weird recently and off. And I'm you guys were maybe it was all because of you guys. But I just lost all of this motivation. I just could not get it up at all for work or life. I just felt like I was in this spin cycle. I don't know what kicked into gear on Tuesday, but I was like, dude, fuck this. I gotta go to the gym, hurt myself.
I think we're all very much the same way where it comes to a certain extent. We're all creatures of habit.
Oh yeah.
We all have a routine.
Yeah.
And we all it might, it's not everyone's
Missing our
routine.
Costco days,
Well, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been, realistically, I've been probably going 2 to 3 days a week to the gym with you. I always try and go Monday, and Monday never fucking works out because Niall's like, Dad, it's Monday. It's 3 a.m., and I'm so upset right now. But yeah, I mean, kind of your core group of people being gone for the week, it also messes up your Saturday. Even if no one goes with you to Costco, you always see, us or, we always do something.
I do.
I'll say if we don't go to
greatly
Costco,
miss-
we hang out or we play games
Yeah.
or something like that. And I mean, yeah, because I mean, I was sick most of vacation, and yeah, because everyone was just everyone's like, I hate to ruin your time. I'm not upset with anything that's I just don't feel good.
Yeah.
I had a fun time, but I don't feel good.
Passed around a cold.
Yeah, it was just I don't want to, we're on a house on the beach and the weather we had one bad day of weather realistically. And I was I just don't feel good. I don't want to do anything. I could have laid in bed for 4 days and been fine.
Yeah, I will say it is hard when you get off a schedule, even going on vacation or whatever you may be doing, changing,
Well, yeah, even the
positions
drive
at work.
alone,
Yeah.
of course, with Alex and Dad recording, they're it's only 10 hours to get there. And I'm like,
Oh my
that's
God.
that's if no stops, no traffic. Going down took me 14, coming back took me almost 17.
Yeah, dude, you didn't have a walkie-talkie.
Oh, because I refused.
Yeah, man.
I was like, the whole caravan thing with the walkie-talkies. Yeah, it was we're all grown-ups. We have cell phones. If we want to talk, we can call each other. I have an infant son. I'm gonna leave early and rock and roll.
You're kind of on his schedule, in a sense.
Yeah, 100%. Because I can't look at him and be like, go back to bed.
Did you guys have a walkie-talkie with
Yeah,
the boat?
yeah.
You know what
So,
I mean.
Up and down?
Yeah. Well, definitely down. On the way back up, we got caught in different parts of traffic and got separated, so that was awesome. Yeah, the walkie-talkies got to be a lot really fast. The nephews had one, and my father had the other, and we had to make up code names and all that stuff, which it's fun for about 10 minutes, but on like a 15, 16-hour drive, it gets to be quite a lot.
This is also a
quite
routine
fast.
thing with the family.
Yes. This is my dad doesn't believe in technology or doesn't believe in utilizing technology. It's a fine line.
I think the walkie-talkies are just fun for him, but at the same time, it makes sense if you're actually trying to communicate first.
Yeah, but
We haven't made it up the hill.
No.
And Mom's going, Big
Breaker,
Al, Big
breaker."
Al, what's your 10 for? And Alex is like, Mom, I'm behind you, and we're still in the driveway. She's like, okay, breaker. And it's like 3 a.m.
Do you know if your dad waxed his car before going down?
He did for
And
sure.
the day he got back as well.
Okay, I was curious because this was fucking years ago. I remember him feverishly polishing and buffing the car, and then as to quote, he would save on gas mileage from the wind resistance that he would then, the drag coefficient would be better.
Yeah.
Sure.
Polishing, and I'm like,
In theory, he's not wrong. Realistically,
Is it worth
Yeah.
it?
I would imagine over the course of like doing that trip 1,000 times, there's probably a noticeable difference.
well, I would also say if you wax your car, where we grew up and things like that.
Mhm.
Especially, we would vacation in the summertime. So what's in this? Bugs.
Yeah.
Bugs are out in the summertime, right?
Mhm.
So the time that we even get through Kentucky, it doesn't fucking matter at that point. The car is just fucking.
He brought his own window squeegee.
Oh no! He was like, "You want me to squeegee your windows?" I was like, "No, I want to go home."
That's so specific.
Yeah.
It's just, dude, Pete. It's just that. It's just weird at this point. Like,
Night one, we did talk. Me, Alex, oldest brother, and my father talked about how dad isn't just smart; he's autistic. And seeing the realization in his eyes was definitely great. It fed my soul. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, you talked to your dad about this?
Yes.
Okay.
I straight up looked at him and I said, "Dad, you know you're autistic, right?"
He's just staring middle distance at trains
Yep.
at that time.
He's like, "Why? I only
counting
did
cards like
model airplanes for 20 years and then moved to model boats and then obsess about, the shine on my car."
Got it.
That's not weird.
didn't do model airplanes for 20 years.
Okay, he did them for 15.
No,
We'll never know.
he still did them though. He didn't do model boats. He had that one boat that he sold. I thought.
Yeah, but he still
I understand.
He still did them.
I understand where you're coming from, but yeah.
And he did the miniature collectible cars with D when they were kids.
I mean, yeah, but that's just like that's a kid thing.
Not kids,
And
teenagers.
I mean, like Alex and I have model cars. We never built them, but we had them.
My statement stands. Dad is autistic.
Okay, I'm just saying because you build models doesn't make you autistic.
No, but when you
Shout out to every 40K Hammer player ever.
For the Emperor. So, did you learn anything
ever
since?
I think on vacation is what it meant.
No. Maybe
You don't have
I
to
know,
learn shit on vacation. I don't know.
Just similarities in family members was very very hot topic for most of the vacation, but
Yeah.
overall it was a good time. Everyone got along for the most part, which is impressive as hell for 10 people in one house with 3 screaming kids
Yeah.
and no one freaked out.
Yeah.
It was I was genuinely surprised that no one had any crazy meltdowns or other than Niall, who is a baby.
Half of you guys were high most of the time. Well, I'm not judging you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like that helps a lot. Like
Shout out Delta 8,
Did you learn anything, Ty?
I mean, no, not really. Again, it was kind of the same. I didn't plan on getting sick, but it was kind of the same idea that Dad was a lot better than I thought he was going to be. I'll say that 100%. Like, because normally Dad's whole routine is has fun on the drive down. First 3 days, he's horrendous. And then the 4th day, he's like, oh my, what did I do? Blah, blah, blah. And then the last day, he's like, I want to make up for the whole thing. And Dad was actually fine the whole time.
Yeah.
Other than when he was...
I was putting in some work. I'm not going to lie.
Other than when he was trying to cook. When he was trying to cook, it was just dad cooking type of thing.
Right.
Like, I grilled oysters one night. He's like, you'll never be able to light that bag of charcoal. I was like, how about match light? And it was during, like tropical windstorms. He was like, you'll never be able to light that. I was like, Dad, it's match light. So you just tear a hole in the bag and you light a match inside of the bag and the whole bag catches on fire. He's like, you're not going to save that? And I was like, no, I'm not going to save a quarter of a bag of charcoal to take back home.
Why not?
I'll throw it away.
Why? No.
I'm cheap, but I'm also like cleaning the cabinets out at the end of the trip. I'm like, just throw this shit away or leave it.
Yeah,
like,
on vacation, it's just straight up. I'm doing Swedish death cleaning.
I'll give you the fort.
I'm just cleaning.
Yeah,
I'm throwing shit. I'm like, fuck this. We buy beach chairs near the beach.
And you leave them
there
on the beach.
Yeah.
We're like, cool. Well, the next people get. Actually, I'm lying a little bit because we have beach chairs in the plastic tote. It's on the side of the house
I was
right
like,
now.
behind me.
But like
Check
sandcastle
under your
shit.
chairs.
Hey, Nate, check under my chair. But no, I agree with that. I mean, like, and it's, I don't know, going on vacation, like, it's the same way, like, the car. I don't think you should, like, fully overpack the car with, like, food and all this bullshit. And, like, you get down there and it's a nightmare to unload.
I
and then,
rode down with Mom and Dad, 3 people in an SUV, and it was full. I had a backpack and 1 tote bag. The rest were Mom and Dad's.
I mean, Whit's the same way.
Insane.
Like, Whit's the same way. It's like, even going down to her parents, man, there's been, like, I understand we have Nile, but if we're going down for 4 days, we don't need 4 suitcases. And I mean, like, roll bag suitcases. Shit. Like, there's a Walmart. If I poop myself, I'll buy new.
Worst case scenario, yeah.
Well, and like, you know, we have that dope wagon, but we use it once on vacation.
Well, the house was on the beach.
Well, she knew that though. Like, and
Yeah.
and I even she was like, "We'll take it to the beach." I'm like, "That's fine." And we took it once. I'm like, "This is still a wagon in very dry
Fuck
sand.
that, yeah.
Like, this is not easy to pull, dude." Like, it's I get her mindset, and same with that. It's like where it's like, well, I just I'd rather have it than not. But my mindset, I'm like, if we don't have it, we'll buy it, and then we'll just leave it where it is.
It's the bucket just in case situation.
No, it's the people that can't throw things away.
Yeah.
Guys, shout out to dads who can't pull their kids in wagons. So one thing is that we were going to, in an upcoming episode, just channeling off of your brother's pizza reviews, we're going to review buckets at some point and read some fan mail as well. I'm gonna wrap this if you don't mind, unless you guys had some big ones. But I don't have any real outro thing. My only one was just I'm happy whatever the fuck snapped me out of it. Maybe like a motivational something happened on Tuesday and I was like, fuck it, we gotta like change the course or whatever. And I've had a better outlook overall, even though like the work is still the same, but drinking.
I think it's because your homies are back in town.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too. I was just
the gang's back together, yeah.
I know you'll never fully admit it.
I won't.
I know. Well,
all right, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode 3. Check out episode 2. It's on Spotify too. Episode 2 is called Ham Sucks. And episode 0. So technically, let me back up. So like technically, episode 0 is the first one. And that one's tagged. You got to start somewhere. The second one was Ham Sucks, and this one's going to be called whatever the fuck I make it up at the time of. I don't edit these, so it's just straight raw.
Oh, nice.
Because I don't want to learn.
Mrs. Pac-Man or they them Pac-Man.
That was a banger.
A banger joke.
I referenced finger tutting in front of Whitney. I did not realize I was going to elicit this because I don't think I've ever made her laugh. Like legitimately laugh before.
We all listen to Dungeons and Daddies, and we started talking about finger tutting.
The
when we were
epilogue.
listening to that, and David brought it up. Well, you can continue that, just a little backstory.
We were just referencing what are we doing at our desks because we were going out to lunch, coming back up, into the office, And, what are you going to do for the rest of your day? And she was like, yeah, I've got so many calls to make or whatever. And I was like, I'm just going to be there practicing my finger tutting. And
Dog, she was melting.
wow.
Melting. Like, couldn't breathe, almost throwing up, like,
Jesus.
hysterical, like, at her desk cackling.
I did not expect it, but hopefully we'll have Tim back, not next week, but the week after, because next week's we do this every other week because we have D&D on Thursdays sometimes. And then we can get back into it. So, thanks guys for joining me on this one.
Thanks for having me.
I had Sammy.
Hello.
I had Tyler.
I'll be here every time.
Fucking every time.